Hey everyone, Guy here from Augment Code. Today we are excited to announce Augment Agent. Joining me is Vinay, our engineering lead, and a key driver behind the agent's feature set. This is the first AI agent that's built for developers working on large, complex code bases. We've poured our research efforts into developing new features to help you get the most out of AI agents. Memories are where the agent follows you along and learns about your preferences to tailor itself to your needs. Code checkpoints are where we take checkpoints of your workspace and you can revert back to previous versions in case the agent messes up. Native tool integrations greatly expand the context that's available to the agent with just one click. And finally, we've adapted Augment's context engine to the agent. This allows the agent to see a real-time and complete view of your repository as you're giving it complex tasks, and it lets the agent perform well inside your codebase. So Vinay, we've been talking about building an AI agent that helps developers work in large, complex codebases for a while.
Yeah, a lot. One of the things we hear out there is agents are quite good for 0 to 1 coding and vibe coding. And an area that they have fallen short on is large-scale software development, right? And for Augment, that's been a big focus for us. We wanted to make sure that software developers have an agent that can help them accelerate the day-to-day tasks. So think migration, testing, building internal tools. And we really wanted to make sure the agent understands your entire code base while helping developers accelerate those workflows. The good news is, the early testing results and early users have all been saying Augment's able to solve tasks that they couldn't solve with other agents. And that is super promising to me. So I'm really eager to see what the developer community is going to do with Augment agents.
Yes, absolutely. In my own experience, I've been blown away by how much the agent was able to build large pieces of itself. It started out as a 0 to 1 project. Pretty quickly it grew, and at some point, Augment's context engine was clearly becoming essential for the agent to keep up with the complex task we were throwing at it. At some point, it also became clear that the main limitation of using the agent is that there is a single agent working on tasks sequentially. And so we've been focusing a lot of our research on unblocking that limitation. What we'd like to provide developers with is, instead of a single agent that's working in the IDE, we want developers to be able to control multiple agents working on tasks in parallel. We believe that that's a way to unlock a lot of the value out of coding agents for developers. But that's all in the future. Right now, we'd like to show you what you can do today with Augment Agent. I'd like to hand it over to Chris, who will demo taking a GitHub issue and turning it to a ready-to-review pull request in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Guy. I'm really excited to talk about what's possible with an agent that has deep code-based knowledge. Let's get into the code. Agent can grab an issue from your issue tracker to be able to combine that with its deep code-based knowledge to build an implementation plan that's just for this project. In this case, we're using an open source link shortener, and we're going to add a feature that's going to require database migration, some middleware changes, and some changes to the UI. So after I've reviewed the implementation plan, I can tell Agent to start to build it. While Agent's building, not only can it make edits to files in your editor, it can use tools like the terminal in order to generate schemas and run migrations for you. Augment's context engine is able to learn and adapt how this specific project works, so it can use the right commands. Once we've got that, the context engine also prioritizes existing code so that we can reuse patterns and styles that are already in place. And then we can go deep on all of the different touch points that this code might need to change across all of the code base. Now that we've got a working implementation, it's time to review the code, just like we would any other change we'd make in a code base. We can go file by file, looking at all the diffs to make sure that we've got the consistency that we're looking for and expect for our code base. Once we're happy with that, we can go ahead and keep all those changes and move on to manual testing. So in this case, I've got a link shortener where I'm trying to add a max clicks to any short link. So the agent automatically built this UI for me based upon other UI that already exists. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Now that everything's working, I'm going to go ahead and commit my code. I can have the agent do that for me too. Because it understands the code base context, it can group the changes into logical chunks and have a nice clean Git history. Once we're good with that, let's open a PR. Now that we've got the PR open, we can ask our team to review the code for quality, consistency, and make sure that it fits everything in the code base that it needs. After that, we just ship it. And there you have it. An agent with deep code base knowledge can get real work and real problems done. Let's get back to Guy and Vinay.
Now that was a fantastic demo. And guess what? Agents are not just coming to VS Code, they're coming to JetBrains too. We really wanted to make sure that as a developer, you have the choice to build wherever you want. And at Augment, we have this principle to bring AI tools to wherever you work. One additional important aspect that we picked up on by working with the agent a lot and seeing how users are using it is the quality of the agent is heavily influenced by two aspects, right? Context, which Augment is all about, and how connected Augment is to the rest of your ecosystem. And that's where Anthropic's MCP comes in. We leaned in very heavily into MCP, and that means in both VS Code and JetBrains, you have access to all the MCP tools. And we didn't want to stop there. We actually wanted to take it one step further. We wanted to do native integrations, and which means with one click, you can connect with a whole host of tools. We are starting with Linear, GitHub, Notion, Confluence, and Jira. And that means with one click, you can go from taking an issue description from Linear to grabbing more context from Notion and putting out a pull request all in the time it takes you to go grab a cup of coffee. I'm super excited for Augment Agents. They're available today in trial and paid versions. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you will build with Augment. Thank you for watching and happy coding.